Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 14th of December 2020. So the main news really is that Brexit talks go the extra mile as UK and EU keep trying to break the deadlock. So this has been extended. It should have ended at midnight, I think, on Sunday yesterday, but that's not been the case. So, as you will see, all of the front pages are devoted to this today. The main headline in all of the broadsheets anyway is devoted to talking about this. Obviously there's a few irritating people on the front pages, but the main thrust is about Brexit. And of course this is having an impact on the markets because it's treading water, waiting to see whether we are going to get an extension or not. And I noted on the front page of the newspaper, we just go down here, you will see that the talks could continue into Christmas week. So they're going to drag this out to the new year, aren't they? Unless, of course, there is a surprise and they can't agree on anything except to disagree, and then there's a no deal. But of course this is having an impact on the markets at the moment, as we see even on Friday. As we look inside of the market activity, prices moved sharply lower to begin with. When I say sharply lower, this bar was all of 12 points. And then the market became sideways, waiting for, this is the Bank of England Governor Bailey speaking here. And the market traded sideways until we got to when Bailey was speaking, and then the market, whatever he said, sent the market moving sharply to the downside for a moment or two. Again, you can see how this volume is not too dissimilar from the previous bar, but the range is a lot narrower. And this bar also, the market coming, not going down to the BRN there, and again a lot of volume. So there's absorption volume in this area. And then prices succumb to this and then move lower. And once again, you see some buying pressure coming in at the S2. But it was just weakness after he spoke. He spoke for some time as well. And then eventually prices managed to find some support. And especially in this area, as I say, I've just highlighted this where there's buying pressure here. And also here you see prices being brought off the low, and that's the last time the market tested this low in the morning session, and then prices trading sideways. Not a lot to report. It was just that initial volatility at the open, and then the market just trading sideways. So prices traded just in a range, and then 10 a.m. there was further news, EU summit news, and then it was announced that there possibly wouldn't be a deal, and prices then moved south. And then von der Leyen came out, and she reassured the market and everybody else that they would keep the borders open, and this managed to bring the market all the way back from where it actually traded from the news. So this is what we're going to see, and I don't mind moves like this. I wish the market would do this from the off at the moment, and also in the afternoon session, because as we got to the afternoon session, I was going to fast forward, the market barely moved. It just traded in a sideways range. So all of the activity was in the morning session, when the announcement that it was likely there was going to be no deal, and then say von der Leyen, or von der Leyen is her name, but she's given, according to a documentary I watched, to many lies, so hence the name von der Leyen. And she's a politician, let's face it, so it suits. So, yeah, the market did absolutely nothing on Friday afternoon, just traded in a small, narrow range. So I'm just going to fast forward through this, and then eventually a bit of weakness. But, yeah, as you'll see there, very sort of narrow range for Friday. So let's have a look overnight and see where we are. The DAX, you can see, coming off the lows on Friday, not as great a volume as I was hoping for actually, but this type of activity usually reflects a move to the upside after, so we'll see. Again, I'm not expecting much today, and the other reason I say this is if we go back here, and we come here. There is absolutely no news for today, no economic news whatsoever, and also tomorrow as well. We don't start getting any news until Wednesday, when we get a huge amount of news, and then Thursday the same, and then Friday we get a bit as well. But Wednesday and Thursday are the days this week, so the market struggling for news, certainly of economic news, and then of course waiting to see what happens with Brexit. So it could be a bit of a again a range bound week. Hopefully something will happen and send the market to the downside or to the upside, like we saw on Friday, just to bring some volatility back to the market. So overnight, prices have been fairly static. We saw the market gap up initially. What happens on ETX is they open for an hour, and then they close for a few minutes, and then they open again. And then off we go once more. We see prices gapping again. So the market's come back and actually filled this gap already, as we see prices below the 200 MA, but sitting at the DP level at the moment, and trying to move back above the 5-bar moving average there. If we just expand this so we could see. So at the moment, the market has found support down at the close and the DP level, and starting to move to the upside there for the German DAX. Meanwhile, the Dow is already moving to the upside in the daily, because obviously it's ignoring what's going on with the Brexit talks, and moving to the upside there. They're just about to roll out the vaccine as well, which I think is helping boost the market there as well, thinking that the economy will go back to normal. So a quick look at the implied volatility. We can see here that we've got an increase on Friday. So starting to move up above the 20-bar moving average, and certainly the case in the color-coded version. We've got the amber there as well. But prices remain above the 20-bar moving average at the moment. So there's only just sort of a bit of uncertainty there. Like I say, we're at the mercy of the Brexit talks for this week. If they drag out that far, if he's saying that it's going to be Christmas week before we see anything. So let's hope there is some volatility, because it's been a bit of a bore for the last couple of weeks. We've not had that much movement at all, as prices have traded in a range. Certainly in the DAX, we can see how it's been. It needs to break this either one way or the other. Needs to do one or the other, so that we can get some decent trades in and some volatility back in the market. Okay, that will do it for a quick roundup of the weekend news, and also what's likely to happen this week. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.